Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. So let's keep this thing going. Today we're going to go to sub 19 minutes. We're going to do 5 new workouts to add to the batch of workouts that you've already gotten to help achieve a sub 19 minute 5K. Okay, take a look in the description down below. You'll see other videos that I've done for workouts to help you get to a sub 19 5K. I'm going to do 5 new ones today. And this is a part of a series of milestone workouts. Okay, so this series right now is part 2, and in some cases part 3, doing 5 workouts for sub 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, and 15. All milestones, and you'll see the progression from each milestone. Okay, so right now the same workout applies for sub 20 down to sub 15, and then you'll see part 1 down below, 5 different workouts. So you have at least 10 workouts, and in some cases 15. To help you achieve these milestones for 5K, all right? And I've used these workouts for 20 plus years over with athletes, so at high school, college, and post-college level with success. So I want to share them with you so that if you haven't seen them before, you have the ability to have new weapons as a coach to help enhance your abilities to make your athletes better. So that's the goal. And I'm a USATF certified coach, by the way, for those that don't know me. And I'm also a Wharton certified musculoskeletal and flexibility therapist. So I'm here to help you run fast and stay healthy while you do it. With that, let's get right to it, okay? So work. And by the way, after I'm going to explain everything now, and then I'm going to take you over here to the whiteboard so you see how it's all written out, okay? But I want you to get a thorough understanding of the workout before you go over there. Before we go over there, and so you'll see, I'll say, okay, that's what he meant by this. That's okay. This makes more sense, and so on. I want to make sure that it makes sense to you. Excuse me. I want to make sure that it makes sense to you. Okay, so that you know exactly how to implement it and where to implement it. Okay. So let's get to it. Okay. Workout 1 is 400 meter repeats. And this is actually something that I've said in my last video too. I like to start in the beginning of cross-country season in the fall with this, whether it be high school or college, doesn't matter. It's a good, just rhythm-paced workout, okay? And in this instance here, to get to a sub-19, you're looking at about 90 to 91 seconds, or 130 to 131 per rep for 400, just continuously. So that's about 45 seconds per 200-meter effort, okay? And that's the pace. Those are the paces you're building towards to get to a sub-19. So, and if you're in between 2019, take a look at the sub 20 video, and you'll see the workouts and the paces. These are the same exact workouts I'm using. You'll see how to get from that milestone to that milestone and the work you need to do in between, okay? That's what these videos do. It just shows you the progression to help you get to the next milestone. So again, it's repeat 400s, okay? And this is the way I do it. I generally start people at 8, or the younger folks down with 8 reps with about a 45-second recovery. It's a short recovery, but this is a good way to get pace work in with short recovery to help really test the fitness and see exactly, okay, what do you need to do here? Now, I must stress this too. If you have somebody who's a new athlete, even if they're a junior in high school, I would not have them doing junior level workouts. If this is their first year, I'd have them doing sophomore level workouts. I'll generally start a new athlete a year behind in terms of volume and workout volume to let them adapt. Even though they might be physically more mature and developed, doesn't matter. Their training experience is not the same way. So just keep that in mind. I just wanted to throw that out there. But we're starting at 400 meters for 8 reps for the younger athletes, building towards 12, and in some cases 16 for their higher level, more experienced athletes. And the older athletes, or the college athletes, I generally start at 10 or 12 of them, and also build up to 16, in some cases even a little bit more than that. But that's for the more distance-oriented athletes. The recovery is going to be 45 seconds, but my more distance-oriented, even my more experienced older athletes, we can get that down to 30 seconds recovery as well. And that's which is a really good workout. It's short and sweet, but it's intense, and it gives you a good idea in terms of how ready they are to run, the goal 5K that you're looking for them to run. So again, it's the goals 130 to 131 per rep, looking at my training book here, and anywhere from 8 to 16 reps, progressing from 45 seconds or staying there or progressing down to 30 seconds recovery. But I would make sure that they respond well to 45-second recovery first before going down to 30 seconds recovery, okay? So that's workout 1. Workout 2 is 1,000 meter, 400 meter, 1,000 meter times 4. So you're going to do, it's essentially 1,000, 400, 1,000, 400, 1,000, 400, 1,000, 400. Okay, minimum of 3 sets, which gets you up to about 4,200 meters of running. Building towards 4 sets will get you up to about 5,600 meters of running. So a little bit over distance, but not too much. The 1,000 meter efforts are run at 5K pace, and the 400 meter efforts are run at mile pace, or the equivalent mile pace for a sub 19 5K. So in this instance, you're looking at 347 to 348 per rep for your thousands, and about 122 to 123, or 82 to 83 for your 400s. After each rep, you take a 200 meter easy jog recovery. So after the thousands, you jog a 200 meter easy. After the 400s, you jog a 200 meter easy, and you just continue until you've done 4 of them. Okay. It might take, this is a good repeatable workout too, but this is a good workout where you start to transition into mid-season, where races start to get to a little bit more intense, and you want to utilize multiple paces here. So you're doing stuff at 5K and down a mile pace. So it's a good multi-pace workout. And it's a good workout, again, towards mid-season, where you're doing a little bit more stuff at goal pace, and the races are starting to get a little bit more competitive and faster, and you need to kind of have a little bit more, a little bit more of that faster running in the legs prior to these bigger races, okay? So that's workout 2. Workout 3 is 2 sets of 4 times 1,000, okay? Yes, 8,000 meters worth of work. It's an over-distance workout, but I have it broken down as such. The first set is 4 times 1,000 at threshold pace, okay, with a 1 minute recovery. And then after that 4th rep, you take a 6 to 8 minute active recovery, okay? Active, so you do a little bit of walking, a little bit of jogging, get fluids if you need to. And then the second set, you do 4 times 1,000 with a 2 minute recovery at goal 5K pace, okay? So the paces are different. Okay, so in this case, you're doing 4 times 1,000 at 402 to 403 per rep. 1 minute recovery, then you take your break, 6 to 8 minutes, and then you do 4 times 1,000 at 347 to 348. Okay, so you'll see here the threshold stuff is about 15 seconds slower per rep than the goal pace. Okay, and you're doing 4 of each. This is a great transition workout too, a great mid-season workout where you start to transition from threshold into more race pace stuff without doing too much at race pace stuff. And I like using mid-season to transition. That way you're not doing too much too soon, because the last thing you want to do is be your sharpest, weeks and weeks early. So this is a great transitional workout that kind of gets you to the point where you're doing the most intense stuff towards the back end of the season when it counts the most, and that's when you want to be at your best. So again, 2 sets of 4 times 1,000. First set's at threshold pace, 1 minute recovery. Second set's at goal 5K pace, 2 minute recovery. Okay. Workout 4, 1,200 meter repeats. I have them two different ways. The first one is, this is a little bit more of an early season workout, 4 times 1,200 meters with a 3 minute recovery at your 3K pace, your equivalent 3K pace, okay? Building towards, or your second option is 5 times 1,200. And these are both good workouts to do. This is one you can do early, one you can do mid-season or whatnot. The second workout is 5 times 1,200 meters with a 2 minute recovery at 5K pace. So in this instance, you're running 4 times 1,000 at about 423 to 424 per rep, which is your equivalent 3K pace, okay? Or 5 times 1,200, not 1,000, 1,200, at 434 to 435 with a 2 minute recovery, which is your 5K pace. So again, 4 times 1,200 or 5 times 1,200, all right? Those are your 2 options there. And the 5 times 1,200 is a little bit more late season, mid to late season, and the 4 times 1,200 3K pace is more early season. You start to transition into that, the longer stuff as well. Okay, but it's also a good way to get some really good race pace in your legs, particularly if your athletes run a mile 3K fit, they run multiple distances. This is a great way of giving you an idea of whether their 3K fitness is kind of in line with what they should be running for 5K right now, and vice versa. Okay. And workout 5, this is a workout to do about 10 days out or 11 days out from the goal 5K. And this is 3 kilometers, or you run a 3K at your goal 5K pace, okay? So in this situation is 11:19 to 11:21, okay? Then you take 8 to 10 minute active recovery, okay? Always active, not just standing around, not just walking. Do a combination of run walking, let the heart rate go down gradually, get a little bit of fluids, just stay loose. And then after that 3K effort, you do 5 times 300 meters with a 100 meter jog nice and easy, from 3K down to mile pace. In this instance, it's 66 down to 62 per rep. Okay, giving you some turnover work after you've done the 3K. And then keep in mind too, just like, no matter what you're running, 10 days out, you need to know what it feels like to go through goal pace for whatever distance. So if you go running for the mile, you need to know what it feels like at 1,000 meters or 1,200 meters. If you're running a 2 mile, you need to know what it feels like at 2 kilometers. If you're running a 5K, you need to know what it feels like to be at that pace for 3 kilometers, and so on. That's why this is such a good workout to test your readiness and let you know, okay, we close. Do we need to, modify things a little bit? Don't expect a drastic change in performance 10 days out. Your fitness is going to be your fitness, okay? Just keep in mind what you do leading up to that point. In any of these workouts, you should have the sufficient base training background and other things to be able to do these workouts. So, it's kind of like baking a cake, and I use this analogy with running a lot. You can't put frosting on a cake that you haven't baked yet. The more you bake your cake, the better the frosting is going to make it taste, okay? So, kind of corny, but it's the same thing here. The more base work you do and the more ready you are for these more key workouts, the more you're gonna benefit from them, okay? And the more you're gonna be ready for your bigger races. So those are the 5 workouts. Now let's take you over here so you can take a look and see what they look like, okay, written out. All right, let me get this. Bring you over here. Turn this down. There we go. All right. So, let's get to the workouts. Workout 1, repeat 400s, okay? Let me bring this up a little bit. There we go. Repeat 400s with a 45-second down to 30 seconds recovery at 130 to 131 or 90 to 91. That's 5K pace, okay? Building from 8 to 16 reps, okay? Early season towards mid-season, all right? The next one, 1,400 times 4. This is how it's broken down. You take a 200-meter jog after each rep. 1,000-meter efforts are between 347 and 348. That's the goal here. So that's what you're building towards, okay? And the 400-meter efforts are 82 to 83 seconds, or 122 to 123, which is mile pace, okay? So that's workout 2. Workout 3, 2 sets of 4 times 1,000 meters, okay? You take a 6 to 8 minute recovery in between the sets, right? The first set is at threshold pace with a 1 minute recovery at 402 to 403 per rep. Okay, then you take that recovery, and then the second set is at 5K pace, the goal 5K pace, with a 2 minute recovery at 347 and 348, the same pace you're running these in. Okay, that's workout 3. Workout 4 is your 1,200 meter efforts. Okay, 4 times 1,200 with a 3 minute recovery at 3K pace, which is 423 to 424, or 5 times 1,200 with a 2 minute recovery at 5K pace, which is 434 to 435, okay? And it's up to you to decide which athletes might benefit. I mean, you might have a whole group that's suited for this one, or suited for this, or some athletes that need this, some athletes that need that. It really depends on how fit they are, how ready they are for it, who's done the work leading up to that point. And you'll know, and better than anybody, your athletes in terms of how much they need or what they need at that point. So that's why I'm giving you 2 options, because they're both good ones, okay? And last but not least is 3 kilometers at goal 5K pace, okay? You take an 8 to 10 minute active recovery, so that 3K should be an 11:19 to 11:21, and then 8 to 10 minute recovery, and then 5 times 300 with a 100-meter jog recovery, okay, at 66 to 62. You progress downward, okay, which is 3K down to mile pace. So good turnover work after hitting this point, because you need to know what it feels like at that point to either maintain the pace or pick up the pace, especially if you're looking to get a time qualifier or a goal, if that's the next goal. You need to know what it feels like to not only be here, but to accelerate when you're already there and you're already fatigued. Okay, those are 2 important components of training. And again, this is about 10 or 11 days out from your key race. Okay, those are the 5 workouts. Give me your feedback in the comments down below. The next one, I'm going to go over these same 5 workouts for sub 18 minute 5K. Okay, we'll take you through that milestone, because that's a big one for a lot of folks. All right, and then you'll see how to progress from here to the next one, the time gap in between the workouts. That way, you can watch the videos and say, okay, and now I know what I need to do. You're also going to see a fully detailed program down below for sub 19 minute 5K. And excuse me, that should not say sub 20. Okay, my apologies. I'm going to fix that right now. Sub 19 minutes. Okay, sub 19 minutes, and it's my fault. But you'll see the progression. Okay, you'll not only see fully detailed training program, but you'll see the other workouts that are in line with this milestone as well in the description. And take a look at the channel. Okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's really helpful to the channel's growth, and it lets other people know that this channel is available. I want to just help as many people as I possibly can, and your support is greatly appreciated, and it's much needed as well. I'm trying to get to exceed 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm approaching 700, so your support's really helpful right now, and I greatly appreciate it. So keep an eye out for the next video again, and sub 18-minute workouts. And with that, train smart, train hard, look out for each other, and I'll talk to you next time.